What's going on, everybody? Scott Bogman here for Betting Pros to give you my favorite picks and props for Week 11. Yes, Week 11 of the college football season. We are moving downhill fast here, aren't we? Before we review Week 10 and get into the Week 11 picks, let me just remind everybody, if you are looking to up your game in sports betting, you can join our exclusive sports betting Discord community at bettingpros.com/chat. Not only can you connect with expert handicappers who provide free picks for the NBA, NFL, MLB, NHL, player props, live betting, and more, but now you can also participate in our weekly community picks. You can cast your vote and see how your picks stack up against the experts every week and track your success. All right, let's go over Week 10. Not one of my better weeks, not the worst week ever. We did get the Hard Rock bet of the week. I had more money on that one than the others. The Tennessee-Oklahoma over 55.5. There's a little bit of drama in that game. Mateer took a knee at the one, or no, the running back took a knee at the one. Looked like they were going to maybe try to run the clock out. They scored a touchdown on the next play. Tennessee scored a touchdown, then tried to get the onside kick, but we sailed past the over in that one, luckily. So got that one, no issues. We didn't get Penn State, Ohio State first quarter over. It was 9.5. I really thought coming off bye weeks, maybe we could get this done, but Penn State's offense was rough. We did get the score that we needed 45 seconds into the second quarter. So frustrating, did not hit this bet. North Texas Navy over 65.5. Look, hands up, straight up wrong on this one. This is not the last one. Maybe the process was good. The results were bad. This one, nothing was good here. North Texas tackled very well. Navy was able to run the ball a little bit. North Texas played bend but don't break, didn't allow them to score touchdowns, and that was that. This game was more lopsided than this 31-17 final. Ole Miss did cover for us, 12.5 versus South Carolina. South Carolina just having a rough year. That was 30-14 that final. We split the Iowa State, Arizona State. We got the under 48.5 game total, but we did not get the under on the team total for Arizona State. They did score 24 points. Even with their number one running back, wide receiver, and quarterback all down, somehow they managed 24 points in this game and a dub. So big ups to Arizona State here. Lots of injuries for Iowa State. Georgia minus 7.5 versus Florida. Another frustrating one where Georgia knelt at the 1 to run out the clock when Gunnar Stockton was walking into the end zone to cover for us. Just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. That one was another, process over results, but who cares? We lost money. Arizona minus 3.5. This was kind of a vibes pick that I don't usually have, but Colorado looks like they have quit completely on Deion. Deion may be quitting on Colorado pretty soon here. I mean, at this point, your kids aren't playing here anymore. The job is terrible. You have health issues. I don't know why he would stick around. So I don't know. I think Colorado, picking against Colorado is going to be pretty popular at the end of the season here. And then Washington State minus 3.5 at Oregon State. One of the most frustrating games I've really ever seen, and this game was 10-7. Washington State just blew opportunity after opportunity, specifically at the end of the game, where they, instead of going for a touchdown on the road in the rain to win this game, they ran a 2-yard out at like the 8 or 6 or something. It was like almost 5 yards away from the end zone. They could have taken a shot. Could have taken 2 shots. But instead they decided to try and kick the field goal in the rain on 4th down. Whiffed it. College kickers. It's the way it goes. So we couldn't even get to overtime to lose that bet. We lost it in regulation. So 4-5 on the week there, making me 49-48 on the season. So one game over 500. We're still winning money, but cutting it close here. Props, same thing, 4-5. Making me 50-49 in the season here. So one game over on props, one game over on picks. Over is what I like, though. Kansas State, Avery Johnson, their quarterback scored. John Mateer did score, but Deshaun Bishop did not score for Tennessee. So 2 out of 3 touchdown calls for the props. Maeva, 1.5 passing touchdowns, 0 against Nebraska. They played great defense in that game, and Maeva was awful. So he didn't throw a touchdown. We missed Drake Lindsey by 10 yards, 11 yards here. 197. We need 208.5. Texas Tech, Baron Morton, half an interception. He did get that. We got that one. We didn't get the running back ones. Rascano over 50.5 at Colorado. They were up so big so fast. They just used a bunch of different running backs in that game. Kirby Voorhees couldn't find rushing room. It's the only good defensive game I've really watched Oregon State play this year. 52.5 rush yards was the total. He got 46, but we sailed over on Brendan Thompson from Mississippi State with 107 receiving yards when his total was 64 and a half. So let's go ahead and dive into these week 11 picks here. And we are going to start with Penn State team total under 16 and a half versus Indiana. The safest bet, in my opinion, is going to be for this game, the under team total. Indiana can put up some points, so I don't want to go under for the game total. But, I mean, Oregon at home is really the only team to score more than 15 points against the Hoosiers so far this season. ODU put up 2 long touchdowns for 14 points. Oregon had a pick 6 in that game when they scored 20 as well. So really they only scored 13 offensive points. And Iowa put up 15 points, but 2 was on that safety that we mentioned before, RIP Seth, losing that bet. I've never seen him more frustrated. So we're going to go Penn State. Team total under 16 and a half. The offense looks pathetic right now. Indiana is closer to Ohio State than they are to Penn State, in my opinion. They look great right now and deserve to be the number 2 team in the country. I think they're going to prove that in this game as well. Mississippi State plus 5.5 in the first half versus Georgia. This is, I'm not the biggest trends person, but the way that we've seen Georgia kind of either, it's like one half they're going to slow roll. It seems. Last week in the cocktail party, it was the first half. They were terrible. They had to come back. But Mississippi State has been playing some great first half as well. They were tied at 17 with Tennessee at half. They were up by 10 against Texas at the half. The only SEC opponent that had them by more than 5.5 points was Florida, 13-7 at halftime. And they pulled that game within 2 points. So give me Mississippi State plus the 5.5 in the first half. I think we can make that one happen. We are going to go over 48.5 in Texas A&M, Missouri. I know this one is dicey, but what I am depending on here is the fact we did just see Texas A&M give us some points to Arkansas and some yards, and they really did it on the ground. And this is one of your best rushing offenses in the country, and they're back playing at home after 2 tough road games there. I think the Aggies can score on anyone, so I think they're going to do that. Missouri's defense has been good. I think I'd take Missouri plus the points as my lean, but my pick is going to be Texas A&M and Missouri over 48.5. We are counting on Zollers here to make some big throws, but I don't know. I think Bo Pribula wasn't great at throwing the ball this year. He wasn't doing an awesome job. So I'll take some mistakes from Zollers. As long as it gets us, mistakes from Zollers should lead to points for him. It should lead to points for Texas A&M anyway. So I just want points in this game. I don't care how we get them. I think A&M's definitely going to score. We just need Missouri to be okay in this run game, and I think they will be. We are going to take Auburn team total under 19.5 at Vanderbilt. And Ashton Daniels is going to start. And, man, if you thought Jackson Arnold was bad, this dude has not been good. He was not that much fun to watch. But Auburn, they put up 33 on Archie. But other than that, it's 17 against Missouri, 10 against Georgia, 10 against A&M, 17 against OU. And obviously they bottomed out last week before they fired Hugh Freeze with 3 against Kentucky. I just really, really do not like this game here for Auburn, specifically with Daniel starting at quarterback. The weapons should make them dangerous. One of the better rosters in the country. This is why Hugh Freeze has been fired. They have nothing on offense right now. So let's go with under 19.5 for the Auburn Tigers. We're going to go to Florida minus 3.5 at Kentucky. Kentucky, they had covered the spread against Ole Miss. They covered against Texas. So you kind of thought, maybe there's some home cooking here for this Kentucky team. No, I mean, Tennessee shut that up. 56 points, 540 yards, all in less than 24 minutes of possession. So Lagway last year had to complete 7 passes in this game in Gainesville. Jaden Ball rushed for 5 touchdowns, and the Gators won 48-20. I think they have Kentucky's number. And I think even with a less than stellar performance, Florida can win this game by more than 3.5 points. But I think if you get everything that you're asking for and then some, Florida is going to crush Kentucky. So we've seen Kentucky bow up. We've seen them give up. So this is a very Jekyll and Hyde team under Bob Stoops. So we will see what happens there. We're going to go with the Purdue team total under 9.5 versus Ohio State. as well as the game total under 48.5. And I worry more about the game total to stay under because of what Ohio State's offense can do. But I mean, I think Purdue minus 8.5. Like, even if, so let's say they score that touchdown late, right? They're coming back and they go for 2. This hook on the 8.5 gives us that leeway, which we did almost lose when they played Illinois because they went for 2 and didn't get it when our total was 16.5. So I like this because I just don't expect Purdue to move the ball very well. Ohio State's defense has been smothering for every single team this year. I know that the worry is that the Buckeyes do all of the game total themselves, but they play at a very slow pace, 126th. We've seen them, as they say, play with their food a little bit as well, and they've been favorites by 25 points or more 3 times, and 2 of those games have gone under. I just think the incredibly slow pace that the Buckeyes play at is going to keep this game under, and I like the team total under for Purdue. And it's not crazy juiced. We did see the one against Wisconsin was just crazy juiced. 2 more to go through here. Virginia minus 6.5 versus Wake Forest. Look, Wake Forest is a good team, and a really good defense in particular, right? So I understand the trepidation for this bet, but what Virginia does really well is they rush the passer really well, and the quarterback for Wake Forest, Ashford, is really, really, really bad under pressure. I think they're going to hit him. I think he's going to make a bunch of mistakes, and I think that's where Virginia can take advantage. Wake Forest is a strong team. We saw them beat SMU at SMU. This is a better team than expected coming into this year, specifically on defense. I just do not trust them to hang with Virginia in this game. Virginia is a legit ACC title contender here. And then, look, let's roll them bones again. Let's just pick on Colorado on Quit Watch here. It's West Virginia is at home. That's a tough place to travel to. It's not a good team this year. They're a 6-point favorite in this game against Colorado, who just got murdered by Arizona. And I don't think Arizona's that good this year. So we are going to pick on Colorado again. We're going to take West Virginia in this game and lay the 6 points. Before we get to the props, let me let you guys know that you can track your bets. You can stay accountable and level up by downloading the Betting Pros app. With Sportsbook Sync, you can automatically track your bets across all major sportsbooks in one spot. Easily monitor your bet performance by sport and bet type, including game picks, props, and parlays. You can create custom betting systems to find winning trends and profitable opportunities. Get a 7-day free trial of Betting Pros Premium by using code JUICE, JUICE, and activating your trial on the upgrade screen. All right, we got props. I'm going to give you the Hard Rock bet of the week, and then we will review everything. So week 11 props. I'm going to go touchdown heavy this week. We're going to pick on Colorado again. We're going to go West Virginia running back Diore Hubbard to score against Colorado. Again, Colorado's on Quit Watch. Arizona put over 50 points on them last week. I think we can get this one. I did tell you guys about how in that game against Kentucky last season, Jaden Boss scored 5 touchdowns. Let's have him score 1 in this game. Sure, I'm sure they're going to want to tee off on him and make sure that he doesn't beat them single-handedly like he did last year. He can get in the end zone once. I'm going to bank on this Missouri run game at home. Ahmad Hardy, one of the better running backs. I contemplated the rushing total, but it's still very, very high for him, even after some rougher performances on the road. It's still like 90.5. Let's just take the touchdown on this one. Then I have 2 wide receiver ones for you. Jeremiah Smith at Purdue. I mean, the dude could do no wrong. Snatched one out of the air like he was Victor Wembanyama last week. Unbelievable. I think he scores again. And Skylar Bell versus Duke. Duke has a banged-up secondary, and Skylar Bell is just getting fed. I couldn't find his reception prop anywhere because it's going to be an insane number this week. So let's say that he gets in the end zone this week. As far as yardage and passing touchdowns, we're going to go over a half a passing touchdown for Scotty Fox, the quarterback for West Virginia. Again, we're going to continue to pick on Colorado in any way we can. Maryland quarterback Malik Washington over 1.5 passing touchdowns at Rutgers. I think that game is going to be pretty high scoring. The number was a little too high for me to get there, but I do like this prop for my guy Malik Washington. He's been a lot of fun. I know our boy Wormley agrees with us, big Maryland fan. Auburn quarterback Ashton Daniels, we're going to go over half an interception for him at Vanderbilt. I don't think he's very good. I think there's a possibility he gets benched in this game, and it would be after a pick. So maybe they go back to Jackson Arnold. I'm going to take Harlem Berry, the running back for LSU, to go over 45.5 rush yards at Alabama. And look, Alabama's run defense hasn't been great this year. And also, I forgot to mention the caveat here. It's rush plus receiving yards, because rushing yards and receiving yards were the exact same number. Don't know why that was, but we'll take it. If you're going to give me another out in this bet, I will absolutely take it. So 45.5, but they didn't run a lot last week because they were just getting massacred by A&M. But when they did run, they were running at like 7.9 yards per clip, 6.8 yards per clip between both their running backs here at LSU. So I think Harlem Berry is the primary ball carrier can do this week. And then TCU wide receiver Eric McCalister over 80.5 receiving yards against Iowa State. Iowa State's secondary is beat up. We saw them get, kind of embarrassed last week. So I think we are going to easily sail past that one. All right, let's get to the hard rock bet of the week, which is going to be Washington minus 11.5 at Wisconsin. And look, I know Wisconsin's at home. I expect things to get better there. The end of this schedule is brutal for the Badgers, and including this game. They cannot move the ball. This has been just the problem for Wisconsin all year. Washington's going to be able to move the ball, even on the road. The defense for Wisconsin is good, but they're going to go 3 and out. They're going to give Washington short fields. This is not like playing Michigan, right? I was a little ambitious when I took Washington on the road at Michigan. I get it. I lost that game going away. Washington didn't look good. Wisconsin's defense is pretty good. It's not as good as Michigan, and they have nothing on offense this year. And now you're going to have to contend with Demon Williams, Jonah Coleman, and Denzel Boston. Good luck covering 11.5 when you cannot move the ball. It's going to be probably back to Danny O'Neal this week. I don't mind another underplay on Wisconsin, but the juice is still awful. So we're going to go just picking on some of these teams giving up at the end of the year. There's been a lot of, I don't think Wisconsin has quit, but there's been a lot of rumors about Luke Fickell being fired. I know the fans don't like what he's doing in particular in recruiting because he's not concentrating on the state of Wisconsin like past Wisconsin coaches have, and I don't think he's long for this job. This has been a job rumored for Brian Kelly, but regardless of that, X's and O's, Wisconsin cannot move the football. Washington's going to be able to score at least, I would say, 28 points in this game. I do not know in what world Wisconsin covers. It would have to be probably defensive touchdowns and some crazy big plays or something like that. I mean, anything can happen. It's betting, right? I've been humbled in more ways than one betting, but I love this bet. I think Washington rolls right over the Badgers. We're going to continue to pick on the teams that have paid us out this year. Before I review everything, let me just tell you guys that today's show is brought to you by our presenting sponsor, the Hard Rock Bet. This is our last show of the week before Sunday. So if you're looking for more insights on Week 9, you can just check the Hard Rock Bet Stats Hub right there in the app. Let me give you some of these. Dallas has won 14 in a row as favorites following a loss. Indianapolis is on a 12-game winning streak as favorites against the AFC. Josh Jacobs has scored a touchdown in 12 straight games against the NFC. Tennessee has gone 11 games without covering the spread at home. Seattle has won 10 in a row as road favorites. You can check all of these and more right there in the Hard Rock Bet app on the Hard Rock Bet Stats Hub. And look, if you still haven't placed your first bet on Hard Rock Bet, it's not too late. You can place your first $5, and if it wins, you will score $150 in bonus bets on top of your payout. Download the Hard Rock Bet app and make your first deposit today. All right, reviewing what we have for Week 11. Picks, we are going with Penn State team total under 16.5. Mississippi State plus 5.5 first half versus Georgia. Texas A&M at Missouri over 48.5. Auburn team total under 19.5. Our Hard Rock bet of the week is the Washington Huskies minus 11.5 at Wisconsin. Florida minus 3.5 at Kentucky. We're going to double down on Ohio State at Purdue under the team total of 48.5, under the team total for Purdue of 8.5, Virginia minus 6.5 versus Wake Forest, and WVU, West Virginia minus 6 versus Colorado. Props. 5 touchdown calls. Diore Hubbard versus Colorado, the West Virginia running back. Florida running back Jaden Baugh against Kentucky. Ahmad Hardy, the running back for Missouri, against A&M. Ohio State wide receiver Jeremiah Smith at Purdue. And UConn wide receiver Skylar Bell versus Duke. Then our other props, over half a passing touchdown for Scotty Fox, West Virginia quarterback. Maryland quarterback Malik Washington, over 1.5 at Rutgers. Auburn quarterback Ashton Daniels, for now, over half an interception at Vanderbilt. LSU running back Harlem Berry, over 45.5 combined rushing and receiving yards against Alabama. And TCU wide receiver Eric McCalister, over 80.5 receiving yards against a banged-up secondary in Iowa State. That is it for me. You can follow me on the Twitter at Bogman Sports. Good luck, and I'll see everybody next week. Take it easy.